All right, everybody, welcome to your very first Midwest Ninja Series competition. Most of the athletes, it looks like here, have competed at Obstacle Academy before, and if you haven't, then welcome. And if you haven't tuned into one of our streams, then welcome. And if you have, welcome back. So this is sort of what I would consider replacing our old school in-house competitions for now. So a lot of the athletes here are going to have experience in WNL, some will have experience in UNAA and some of the local leagues, but format's going to be just a tiny bit different here. They still get one singular run, but there is a retry system. They have 3 falls. On their 3rd fall, the run ends. But let's say they fall once, they attempt an obstacle and they fall. They have 15 seconds. They must wait 15 seconds before beginning again. And then they have another attempt. On their 3rd fall, their run ends. Not per obstacle, throughout their entire run. So the placement is obstacles completed, and it is least number of falls to the last clear, and it is time through the last clear. So the fewer falls you do, the better. Let's take a look at what course the 8 to 10-year-old wave's going to run here. Starts off with standard balance. Coach Skinny, or head judge, is going to be the one demonstrating the obstacles here. Keep in mind he did get to practice these for a while before attempting them for this video. Onto the Dorito catch. Up into the grip line. The 8 to 10-year-olds are going to have a block to assist them up to those first couple holds. They make their way through the cliffhanger ledges, jugs, and the reverse hold cliffhangers onto the big dirty. These are much, much bigger. You'll have to imagine Skinny has an 8 to 10-year-old size instead of his current size. Boom, couple obstacles left. We have this one here. They're not allowed their hands on that structure that his feet are on right now, so they have to get onto the post in a strange campusine position, then change directions on this ring. Moving on to the very final obstacle. It's going to be a new take on wingnut style obstacle. So first they're going to have to go to this delivery style hold here. And then afterward, they catch this thing, which at the end of a course is... It is a lot to ask, but the series is just available to our upper half of the program here, so I think they have what it takes. Should see some cool runs. We're going to give them just a couple more minutes to warm up, and then we'll see you down on the floor for our first runner in just a couple minutes. All right, everybody, we're headed down to the floor for our first runner of the event. It's going to be Myka Daniel. Myka, no issue on the first obstacle, obviously here. Myka was a world champion a couple years back. On to the next two obstacles, still no issue. Probably going to set a pretty competitive pace with the world champion title under her belt. If you look kind of just toward the bottom of the screen, you'll see next to OBST. That's going to be short for obstacle. Those are the obstacles that she's cleared so far. Beneath that will be her fails if she does. Quick little handful of chalk. This is probably the first time that they'll be challenged from a grip standpoint. A 3-minute and 30-second time limit. She's used up about a minute so far. It's tough having the first athlete in the wave be a previous world champion, because it can set an unrealistic expectation for the course, especially if you don't know who Myka is. So it's going to be tough to tell from the camera angle here, but these two laches, rings to first Lego and Lego to second Lego, are actually massive. And even the dismount's pretty big. About a minute and a half in. Moving on to the second to last obstacle here. Zero issue navigating around the post. Again, Myka's pretty experienced. One obstacle left, and all kinds of time to do it. About 90 seconds left. Really just has to make this last catch and then a dismount. Pretty unfamiliar hold. Oh, just barely hangs on. Sets the pace. That's crazy. Take a look at her right hand as she catches the ledge on our left is insanely small. You can see her pinky just pop off. Onto the dismount. Zero issue. Next on the starting platform, we've got Clara. Nice catch. Second obstacle, awesome link tech. Clara's also on an elite team here. Bounce up onto the big block stack. Plenty of swing from the triangle hold to the trapeze bar, and then it's an offset dismount. Claire's able to figure it out right away. It's going to be an interesting league if it's an offering, within the Obstacle Academy system. If it's sort of just offered to the upper half of the program based on capability, so advanced and elite, upper intermediates can do it too. It's going to be interesting because the likelihood that a real heavy hitter and experienced athlete runs early is pretty high. So we have two elite athletes, one of them a world champion, running first and second. So we'll see how that changes the behavior of everybody else. Couple laches, no problem for Clara. She just misses, so now she's going to have 15 seconds that she has to wait before starting. See a reset crew hopping into action. Clara had to wait out that 15 seconds. Should still have time to finish the course as long as she's efficient here. No problem on the first Lego Lachey. Just over a minute. Couple tricky obstacles left. Catches it on her next try. Awesome. That's awesome to see. So again, on the athlete's third fall, their run ends. So Clara has that one little yellow marker next to fails. And just under a minute for an obstacle and a half. I'd like to see her get out of there real quick so she can take one big, long, slow breath before this final obstacle, because it is hard. You have two varying sized ledges. You saw our first runner, Myka, caught pretty secure, but had her pinky just peel off. It still hung on. We'll see if Clara has. She has a little, she's got about 15 seconds. Just peels off, and that's actually going to, with the 15-second timer, that's going to be it for a run. That's some awesome run out of Clara. So we are back down to the starting platform. We got Ariya. Ariya's looking ready to compete. See, she took a page out of Clara's book and jumps to the second. Some of these younger athletes, that second balance component really is just the size of one of our feet, and they're using it like a quin step. Excellent Lachey. I remember the days when that used to be a 8 feet. I think that one's maybe 8.5. That used to be a lot to ask, and now it's the second obstacle in the youngest division that we're offering here. Looks like she had a close save. You can see Judge Skinny went right down, keeping Ariya honest. Three obstacles down onto the first big, complicated one. No problem on the first catch. No problem on the second catch. Just has to line up this offset sort of technical dismount onto the first real grippy challenge. Less dynamic, more strengthy. See, she scooted that left hand over, so she can't see these ledges that she's reaching into right now. She's looking at the back of the board that's just flat. Lining up a dismount. Should have enough to get there. Last couple obstacles, you can see her shake those hands out onto the massive Lego Lacheys. Little under a minute and a half left. Misses the first Lego, has to wait 15 seconds before attempting it again. Still just the first fail. Back up to try it again. Catches it on this one. Has to catch one more of those things. The arms have to be tired at this point. Pretty deep into the course. After she finishes this, she'll still have 2 obstacles left to complete. Looks like she's swaying side to side a little bit. Needs to line it up straight. Just barely misses. After her reset time, she's going to have about 15 seconds to see if she can get at least this one obstacle done. It's going to be a lot to ask in 15 seconds. It's not impossible. Here goes Ariya for her final attempt. Just a handful of seconds left. And just runs out of time. That's an awesome job out of Ariya. Should be proud of that run. Back down to the starting block. We got Mr. Eli. Eli's got his hair done up, ready to run. Boom, boom. They really like the cat grab tech on that balance component. This is probably going to be the only age group that's small enough to make that work like a Quinn step. He's tricking the cameraman, taking the extra swing. Awesome link tech. You can see he laid out forward and caught that bar so that he didn't have to take a backswing. Big bounce up onto the block stack. First catch, no problem. Actually catches with a little bit of continuous lache posture to get a head start in his momentum for the next lache. Same thing on the second lache. You can tell he's probably been working on that continuous posture. Eli on an elite team now. Been in the ninja game for quite a while. Maneuvering through the first couple grippy holds. Onto the blind match. Gave himself plenty of time for these last couple of obstacles. He has 3 left. One of them is huge. It's kind of a better look at the distance in between the rings and Lego from this angle. These long swings just zap energy. He's got 1 minute and 40 seconds or so. First Lego catch, no issue. See if he's got the energy and swing for the second Lego catch. Oh, he lays out just a little bit much. He has all kinds of time, even after the 15-second countdown. He'll probably even have time to take a breath or two. That clock's going to keep on ticking. See, he's got to build that swing back up. Gets there early to the first Lego. Just breaks through the minute mark. On to the second one. Looks like he's just missing his left hand. He should have enough to complete this obstacle, but that was the last fail that he's allowed. On to the final attempt that he's got. Okay, he's getting to the first Lego quickly, and he's actually catching with some continuous lache posture, which gives him some head start on his momentum, but I'd like to see him float just a little bit more and be accurate with that left hand. His left hand has been missing every time, but he's going to catch it. This should secure the point. That's an awesome job. He knows he's got to run right into this final obstacle, but he's just going to run out of time. That's awesome work out of Eli. Way to put it together. You love to see it. He failed twice, took a deep breath, and got right back to it and completed that obstacle. That's awesome to see. Up on the starting platform now. Got Nolan. He's got a reset. Looks like he stepped off of the second agility component. Totally fine. He did burn one of his falls. Now he's right back to it. Boom. Much more controlled approach on his second attempt. It's unfortunate to burn a fall that early, but I've coached Nolan before. He's on an advanced team, and I think that he's got what it takes to put it back together. I think the more unfortunate part is the time that you lose. So you lose that 15 seconds. Looks like he didn't quite trust that first swing onto the trampoline. Probably shaking out these early competition nerves. It's a huge jump onto the block stack. It's just got to commit. So unfortunately, he missed the trampoline jump onto that double block stack. So he's not allowed any more falls. He's opting for kind of that sideways approach. So I'm glad he committed more that time. He looks like he was just a little too delicate on his first attempt. Now he's building up swing. Just comes up short. Still nice try out of Nolan. He'll be able to try these obstacles now probably all week. Back down to the starting platform, we got Ryan Parmenter. There, we've broken the chain of using the second balance component as a full body pause. Ryan, see if he sets up a continuous lâché here. Not quite. Lâché's a little bit too far. No problem, though. It just costs one extra swing. Onto a direction change. Wobbly block. Big trampoline jump. Nobody's jumped cleanly up on top of the block stack yet. Ryan's going to get on here, switch around a little bit. Smile at the judge. Judge is going to smile back. Smile at the judge again. Setting up his lâché. Ryan real strong. Can't imagine he's going to have an issue with this first catch. It's kind of a fun hold to grab, but the further that thing gets from you, the trickier it is. Lâché awfully high. Still catches it. RIP shoulders. Setting up an infinity swing. You can see he kicked off to our left, which allowed him to create this loop on his backswing to make a comfortable dismount. That's a sign of experience. It's a tricky swing to set up. Speaking of tricky swings, he's got himself into a predicament here. Onto the cliffhanger ledge. You don't want to spend much time here. Onto the jug. It's one hand on the jug. Looks like he's going to go for maybe an early dismount here. I see the wheels are turning. That's smart to match. Going for a backward dismount. Boom. Oh, no. I appreciate the attempt. I would have liked to see him try for a 180-degree dismount so he could land facing forward. He's got to wait out this reset time before attempting it again. Getting himself back on. No. I would like to see him go into a little bit more of a locked off position too. I see that he's going pretty straight armed, and it's causing these kind of uncomfortable upward reaches. I'd like to see him invest just a little bit more muscle into the direction changes and get through the obstacle faster. He does only have just a little over 30 seconds left. We got him onto the cliff face, going for the backward dismount again. I'd like to see him try that 180-degree turn. Okay, so he makes a dismount and he picks up the point. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get through this last obstacle with just a second or two left, but still a great run. You can see the retry system coming into play. He was able to try that obstacle a couple times and end up collecting the points. Back down to the starting platform. We've got Rylan Higbee. Dabs down a little bit, a little too hesitant on the first obstacle here. Nope, still has to wait out that reset time. There, a little bit more gumption on this one. Nicely done. Does burn a fail. Sets up a big Lachey move, no problem. First two obstacles are complete. Fortunately, misses on the trampoline wobbly block agility obstacle. Makes it through on that attempt, doesn't have any fails left, so is going to have to be clean from here on out. That's a nice catch on the triangular hold. Coming from a different gym. Looks like Ninjas United. Some of this stuff may be pretty unfamiliar. Excellent job so far. Still has time. Got a minute and 20 left. Moving right along, just about. So that's a good run out of Rylan. Awesome job. Headed back to the starting platform, we got Layla. Obstacle 1, no problem on to obstacle 2. Obstacle 2, no problem. Layla's on an elite team here too. Saw Layla's sister run earlier. Had a good run. First Lachey, no problem. Second Lachey, no problem. Shakes the hands out. This is a non-rookie move to take a breath right here and chalk up, knowing that we've seen some fails here. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Has to get onto this blind reach cliffhanger pocket hold. So tricky when you can't see him. A nice dismount out of Layla. 3 obstacles left. Onto the massive Lego lane. So it has burned 1 fail. Second attempt, catches the first Lego. Readjust the hands a little bit. Looks like she barely caught that one, had the judge nervous. This is the second one. Now there is enough time to complete the obstacle, but probably collecting the singular point may be all she has time left after the reset timer. First Lachey, no issue. Just under 20 seconds left. Just comes up a little short. You can see Layla shaking out those hands. That's a great run out of Layla. Great run out of Layla's sister Ariya earlier. So we'll head back down to the starting platform. For Landen. Just tips backward. A little hesitant. More athletes are being hesitant on this first obstacle than I had anticipated. But it is big. It is the first obstacle. It is a new course format. It's a different gym. There we go. A little bit more confidence. A little confidence goes a long way. Clears it up. Awesome link tech. Can see once it's almost like once they get that first sort of anticipatory fall out of the way, that kind of alleviates a bunch of nerves, and then they send right in. Looking awfully confident in the air. Can see on the catch immediately kicks off to the left, our right. To build swing for the directional dismount. A little over 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Can see Coach Moses there. Coaching from behind the judge. NU Crew. Kind of a cool jersey. 3 obstacles left. 1 fail burned. Nice catch on the first Lego. Second one's a little bit trickier being Lego to Lego, and it's just a little bit further. It's an awesome catch too with continuous Lachey posture. Gives him a head start on his momentum. There's 2 obstacles left. Has to get onto this system here, change directions, boom, no issue, onto the final obstacle. Could see our second clear here. 1 minute to go, 2 holds to catch. Just has to hang on tight, and he got it. Same situation. Looks like that pinky came off. That's an awesome run out of Landen. Back down to the starting platform. Got Christopher. On to obstacle number 2. Obstacle number 3, a little combo of kind of a lot that goes into this. It's tough to see on camera, but it's a sideways lache off 2 rings onto an unstable block to a trampoline to a giant jump up onto this big block stack. Christopher, no fails yet. See, it took a big breath. Smart to do. Solid catch on the second component. Over laches it just a little bit. It's better than underdoing it. Excellent job out of Christopher so far. Just over 2 minutes left, so we've seen the course taken down 2 times. Once from the very first runner, and then once from Landen just previous to this. Christopher certainly has what it takes to do it. Been in the game a while now. Looking real smooth so far. A little over a minute and a half. Hops up onto the Lego lane. Comes up just a little bit short, gets himself in. Posture was just a little bit off. Maybe legs too far forward. Has to wait out the reset time. And right back onto it. That was just the first fail. There still is time to finish, but not gonna have time to hang around. Comes up short again. After the reset now, he's going to have about 30 seconds. There is enough time to finish this obstacle if he's very, very efficient. No more falls left. Catches the first Lego. See, he's adjusting. Hands are probably getting tired. Just a couple seconds left. This massive, massive lache. It just runs out of time. That's an awesome run out of Christopher. Love seeing him out here competing. Zips off the course. Up next on the starting platform, we have Ronin. Obstacle 1, no problem. Builds up some swing. Obstacle 2, no problem. See, here's kind of another look. Wobbly block trampoline. That's a better angle of how big that trampoline jump is. It's a fun obstacle to do, but you have to put in, at their size, you have to put in full effort. Still cooking along. Ronin's on an elite team here too. Kind of a low, fast Lachey, which is good, and the way he used it is good. It gave him a head start on his swing to the bar. He has enough swing. Takes an extra swing or two just to be safe. Shifting his hip back and to his right. Set up for a direction change dismount onto the grip obstacle. Has a comfortable amount of time left and no falls. Ronin is coached by one of our camera operators today. The one and the only Jerry Boyd. Jerry's probably quietly cheering for him over there. Ronin's taking a breath. I do like that he's taking a breath here. These long straps, the rings, the longer the straps are, the more power you have to have mixed with some gymnastic posture to get swing. Ronin's been opting for these low, fast, kind of early laches, which I really don't disagree with. It got him to the second Lego really fast, so he's probably saving some energy, but he's going to have the energy to catch this last one. It's huge. No problem. Ronin's looking awfully strong. One big dismount and then two obstacles left. One real technical. And one really just physically difficult. This one's a little bit technical here. Kicks backward off the shield. Has to line this dismount up, and then he's going to have enough time. If he dismounts here, he'll have enough time for a breath or two. But then he's going to have to be efficient on the last obstacle. The cliffhanger is tiny. The vertical limit side of the cliffhanger is tiny. He's got to catch these pockets here. We'll see another low, fast lache. Maybe that's just his style. Got just under 20 seconds. You can see potentially getting a little bit tired. Got to catch these things. Cliffhanger and one tiny limit ledge. Does he have the strength? Not quite. It's going to be out of time. But that's an awesome run out of Ronin. Another great run. Should be proud of that one. We're back down to the starting platform for Jayla. Jayla, nice save on the first component. That has been a troublemaker all day. It's amazing. You just angle one of those standard agility components, and it's amazing how much of a troublemaker it can become. Jayla just fingertips on the ring. He's gonna have to throw those feet forward and throw a hip forward just like that. That's perfect. You can see her changing direction. Wasn't quite comfortable with how she was lined up. Gonna have to change directions again. Maybe kick toward us. Might be able to find it within the circle here. Textbook. Huge jump up. Jayla, I believe, is on an intermediate team currently. Just peels. Maybe Lachey's a little low. Just burns the one fall. Still has 2 minutes left. You can see her kind of shaking the hands out a little bit. Gets the cue from the countdown. Certainly has a little bit more swing this time. Like to see some commitment nice and high on the triangle. Just like that. Another one. Trapeze bar much, much easier than the triangle, but it is lower, making it a tricky lache. Angled dismount, no issue. Looks up at the next obstacle, opts for a handful of chalk. And right back at it. One fall so far, a little over a minute to go. Jayla's looking awfully strong. Keeping pace with some of the advanced and elite athletes, this is so tricky. You can see that she reached a little bit low. Again, those ledges, the pockets on that board are blind to her, which is kind of interesting from this camera angle that we get to see. And she has to kind of trust. Let's see if she finds it. Doesn't quite find it. I'd almost like to see her reach maybe into the same pocket. Her hands are small enough just to minimize the amount of time that she's on one hand on those things. So burn both falls. If she falls again, that ends the run. It has just less than 10 seconds to make this happen. It's going to take some speed, maybe an early dismount. Not quite. Way to push it until the very end. That's an awesome run out of Jayla.
Alice, before you start this next wave, refresh your page and then hit next athlete until you're on.
Gets deep into the course.
Yeah, hit refresh. And
Back down to the starting platform. Looks like Aidan's been standing by here. Aidan, real strong athlete. Gorgeous link posture. Not hesitating, not waiting. You can see the little delay that he just did on those rings to set up a direction change. It's those tiny things about Ninja that make it complex. Building swing powerfully and immediately. Love to see it. All sorts of time left. 2.5 minutes. Peels his hand off and is still able to kind of a one-hand save. He's got enough swing for a dismount. Maybe takes one extra just to be sure. Shakes the hands out. 3 obstacles left. Got 2 massive laches here. First lache, no problem. Catches a handful of Lego with his left hand. Second one, no problem. Dismount, no problem. Got a minute and a half for 2 obstacles. You can see the direction change set up right here is really good. Can probably get the dismount here if he wants. Excellent job. Got 1 obstacle left, a minute and 10 seconds to do it. No falls. I do like that he took that breath right there. I've seen way more people fall here than complete. Just has to catch these impossible ledges. Rough. So it's still going to have about 30 seconds. This is going to take some strength. I know he's got it. It almost looks like his hands were comfortably on it, and maybe he could have gritted it out with a slightly bigger lâché. Hang on, buddy. Oh, he gets it! Insane. That is absolutely insane. You love to see it. Let's take another look here. He builds up this massive swing.
I know. What was his time on the clear?
Catches it. No issue. That's an awesome job. We're going to head back down to the starting platform for Saima. Saima onto the course. Kind of a handful of the NU crew here. You love to see it. I like the uniformity in their gym uniform. That's cool. They also seem to have real good link posture, real good continuous posture. Nice save on the wobbly block. One giant trampoline jump. Boom, no problem. Saima. Real comfortable at building swing, it looks like. Massive lâché. Probably even too much. Another massive lâché. Catches a handful of hair. Clearing obstacles. Tons of time. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. No problem on that blind match. No hesitation, just lands, looks where she's going next, hops right into it. Lachey is maybe a little bit too high. Catches it on the second attempt. Now we got to see the Lego to dismount, which is the harder portion of the obstacle. Still has plenty of time. Certainly enough for this obstacle. Gonna have to build, swing. Gotta hang on to this last Lego. Just a float, comfortable catch. Come on, just about. But that's gonna do it for Saima. Excellent performance. Nice job. Massive lâchés. Back down to the starting platform. Mr. Frankie out there grooving. Clean footwork. One extra swing, probably setting up a link. Excellent job. Little direction change onto the wobbly block. Frankie, another elite team athlete. Got to see a teammate run earlier. Out there having a good time. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Smart match on the cliffhanger. Onto the jug and then onto the blind reaches. That's smart, reaching to the far side first. Immediately getting a head start on momentum with an early dismount. All kinds of time left. I like that breath that he took right there. Let's see, he's really pushing the pace, but kind of who Frankie is through and through. Been doing a lot of trainings on an elite team, high up elite team here. He's been doing a lot of training on our tech skill days, which those days are really designed for some of our biggest athletes. So I don't think he's particularly concerned with the size of the obstacles here. It's just, can you put them all together and perform on competition day? Nice early dismount into a crane position. You can see 1 foot on top of the block and 1 foot on the face. Allows you to dismount a little bit earlier. It's got one obstacle left. Tons of time. Really smooth so far. Bullseyes on the pockets. Got one really hard catch left. I'd like to see him hang on. No! I know he has the strength to do this one. See him reach deep into the chalk bucket. Glance out toward the crowd. Glance at the obstacle he's got to do. Builds up his swing right away, no issue. Kind of has to catch it on this one. Come on, Frankie. Oh, it's Mr. Smart Guy. Mr. Smart Guy reaches over and catches this in a way that we haven't seen before. One hand on cliffhanger, one hand on shoulder. That is allowed. You love to see it. Look at him diving, hitting the buzzer. Gets into his pose. What a guy, Mr. Frankie. What a guy. We're headed back down to the starting platform now for Mr. Booker. Excellent footwork out of Mr. Booker. Booker is an advanced level athlete. He's got a younger brother who does Ninja too, and kind of as been a pattern here is all the kids who have a younger sibling sort of end up helping coach just a little bit. You can see them kind of in the gym when their younger siblings doing it, giving them tips and pointers and stuff on what helped them. Let's see if Booker can figure this one out. Being one of the shorter ones in the division here, this reach is going to be tricky if you don't jump kind of at an angle onto it. It looks like he doesn't want to reset to the starting block of the obstacle. He could pull up into it. He could lâcher back. See, he's just kind of willing the direction change. You can see him moving the hips just a little bit. Might be late on the reaches. Just fingertips it. What a save. Love to see it. Massive jump. Hopefully he didn't burn too much energy. He's going to shake those hands out. You can see it. leaning into the swings. You can see him throw his head back on the load swings. Oh, and he peels. I'd like to see him take a couple breaths right now. He spent an awfully long time on those rings trying to change directions. I'd like to see him just level right now. Get his arms fresh again. On to attempt number 2. Solid catch on his second try. Advanced level athletes, so sometimes that's all they need is to one singular try to kind of feel how it works, and then on their second attempt they just get it. Into the grip zone. One-handing the cliffhanger, one-handing the jug. Mr. Booker's been training grip strength. Hopefully he's been training backwards dismounts. That's what we're about to see. We saw Ryan Parmenter try this twice earlier. Oh no! You can see him kind of laughing about it. He lost his shoe. He's going to have hardly any time to do this. He's going to have to try something wild again. He had it. He had it. He's good to go. He used the whole reset timer getting his shoe back on. He's going to have to move quick, and he knows it. Look at this direction. It's like he's got it committed to me. He's got to dismount fast if he wants this point. He has got to go, like, now. Come on, Booker. Just about. Excellent run out of Booker. Looks like he had some fun. Gets a fist bump from the judge. Trots out into the audience. Nice job out of Booker. We're going to head back down to the starting platform for Adia. Nice job, obstacle number 1. On to obstacle number 2. Looking real smooth so far. Onto the big triangle, Lachey. Nice Lachey's at Adia. Time to test the grip. Excellent, excellent match. You can see on that last hand transfer, waited until the very, very last split second to sort of make that pivot. 3 obstacles left, 2 minutes to do them. Shaking the hands out. This is smart. First Lego catch, perfect. Now has to build up all the swing. On to the next catch. No issue, 1 big dismount and then 2 whole obstacles left. 1:20 to do it. Having a really, really clean run so far. One obstacle left, a little under a minute. Adia's shaking the hands out. There is a bucket of chalk. You can see that big red bucket. Building up swing. She's allowed any part of this. Opts for the wings. Final catch of the course. So we saw this done a couple different ways. We saw Frankie kind of unlock the, or I guess just be the first person to catch the shoulder of that wing nut hold and the cliffhanger ledge, avoiding the tiny one altogether. Adia's going to have to do something crazy here in order to complete it with just a handful of seconds left. It looks like the clock just ran out. Way to fight until the absolute end. That was a great performance at Adia. Here at the starting platform again, we got Fiona. A save, leans back a little bit on that angle. You really do have to overdo that first transfer from balance component to balance component. Huge trampoline jump. Might have been the biggest one we've seen so far. Real quick wrap around, ring, ring, ring. Fiona's transitions between obstacles and components have come a long way over the past year or so. Seeing some smooth transitions. Good lâché tech. A lot more power. I guess that's what a year of training will do. Now we're into the grip zone. Looks like sets up for a direction change. You can see her kicking toward us on the cliffhanger. Quick wraparound match. Isn't taking a ton of extra swings. Doesn't like the first lineup. Is this a little bit better? We'll see what method she opts for. Oh, just swings a little bit too much side to side, it looks like, on those pockets. Well, that's one fail burned. Still possible. Gonna have to be kind of quick. It's really tough to. What makes this obstacle so tough, I think, is the hardest. What I'd say is the hardest move really is the blind match. And if you get all the way to the end of this grip obstacle and then miss the blind match, you exhaust so much of your kind of strength faculty, so much of your overall endurance budget gets burned doing the obstacle really twice. So now she's gonna have a minute 15 to finish the last three obstacles. First Lego catch, zero issue. Beautiful lâché. One more huge move left. Doesn't quite have enough. Looks a little bit underpowered. Might be getting tired. Waiting on the reset time to run out. Able to try it again. First leg of lâché again, no problem. If she builds up fast and has a comfortable catch, she could certainly get this point. With the time running out, that might be the last point that she'll have a chance to get. Just runs out. Excellent job out of Fiona. We're headed back down to the starting platform. We got Austin. Seen Austin run before. Looks like he might be out of Conquer. Is that a Conquer shirt? Yep. Excellent continuous lâché posture. Looks like he's here setting a pace. Huge jump off the trampoline. Jumps to the second and third ring. Like Austin had a plan here. Looking really comfortable in the air so far. Tons of time left. Skips the first cliffhanger box. Excellent pace, 2.5 minutes, really just a minute into the time limit. And has 3 obstacles left. Granted, this one is huge. See those long Lego swings, catches the second Lego, no issue. A whole 2 minutes over left. A minute and 50 seconds left for one obstacle. No falls. Really pushing the pace. We're deep into the run order. We're seeing an excellent run here. 90 seconds. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Looked plenty comfortable on that last catch. You can see this huge load swing. The head goes back. The hips go up on the final swing. Tosses the lâché forward. Readjusts that right hand. Absolutely outstanding. Back down to the starting platform. We got Mr. Miles King. Little unfortunate, but it's happened earlier in the run order, and kids have still gotten deep into the course. It's our final runner in the wave. Much better. On to obstacle number 3. Big jump out of Moose. Little direction change and some swing generation. Perfect catch on the triangular component. Awesome job so far out of Moose. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left onto the grip lane. Moose is a real capable endurance athlete. Can't imagine he'll have much of an issue on the grip lane. Slightly more technical than a regular grip obstacle. Looks like he might be trying to match in the backswing. Yep. Has a dismount, 1 minute and 45 seconds, and 3 obstacles. No hesitation. Looks like he's kind of finding his flow. Perfect lâché to the first Lego. We have a massive lâché to the next one. This really is such a significant portion of your strength and endurance go into just this Lego lane. Excellent job so far out of Mr. Moosey, despite that really early fall mishap on the first obstacle. That's still the singular mistake, really, in the entire course. Still putting together an outstanding run. You can see him take kind of a half breath. 50 seconds. A couple real hard catches. Just has to hang on. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he opts for the ledges. I know he has the strength to catch it however he wants. Just comes up a little bit low. It's going to be a lot to ask with the remaining time. You know, it's kind of a risk and reward when you get here and you have time for either an extended shakeout in a singular try, or if you want to try it right away and gather data for your second try at the cost of any rest whatsoever, because he's going to have to basically build in Lachey now and get off of it immediately. But it looks like the extra swing is going to haunt him. Yeah, it's still an excellent run out of Moosey. Well, that's a great job out of the 8 and 10-year-old wave at their very first Midwest Ninja Series qualifier. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're going to put together our awards. We're going to toss a podium together real quick and calculate our results, make sure everything was entered into the software correctly, and we will see you back down on the floor for the awards in just a second. everybody. We had to do some manual entry for some scores, but we got them all tallied, got them all calculated, double-checked them. Now we're down to the floor for the awards. It looks like in third place, we have Clara. Hopefully our cameraman can zoom in close on our new Obstacle Academy trophies. Adia in second place from the NU crew. Excellent run out of Adia. That's a cool name too. And of course, the champion receiving the gold Lego, Myka. That's an excellent run out of the 8 to 10 female division. Now for the boys. Third place, we have Aidan. Aidan had something to do. There's his little Lego. Second place, we have Mr. Frankie. And then first place with a dominant run, Austin. That was a crazy run. That's an excellent job at all the athletes in the 8 to 10-year-old division. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to make a couple quick course changes for our next division. It's going to be the 11 to 13. See you here for our Midwest Ninja Series Qualifier #1 next division. Stay tuned.